While some educators in Ontario hotspots will begin getting a vaccine on Monday, many others will only have a mask and hand soap for weeks to come. We know that COVID variants are spreading and it's impacting younger and younger people, sending them to hospitals across Canada. Tonight, we hear from two parents who are also teachers. One of them ended up here, inside Toronto's Mount Sinai Hospital, gasping for air.
If I got out of bed, I would be coughing and gasping for air, till I got, just to go to the bathroom and back.
Samuel and Elena Soroka are both teachers at a school north of Toronto in York Region. They have 7 children and became worried when their 5-month-old baby began running a fever.
We both stayed home from school and kept everyone home to get him checked out. He ended up being negative.
2 days later, the family received a message from their daughter's school.
Got a case of a confirmed exposure in her class.
Things spiraled from there as a variant strain of COVID-19 spread through the house.
It was all kind of surreal, is the truth.
Sam and Elena tested positive, as did 3 of their children, though some of their kids showed symptoms while testing negative.
And then Alana was just feeling like not herself.
It got to the point where I couldn't lift my head off the pillow or get out of bed for any amount of time.
Once Elena began having trouble breathing, her father, who's a doctor, advised her to go to hospital. As she arrived at Mount Sinai on March 31st, she was convinced she'd be in and out. That wasn't the case.
Gave me like a steroids through the IV. I was also, my blood oxygen level was very, very low.
It felt horrible as a husband to have to leave my wife, who was in such a weak state.
It was very scary. We're both young, healthy people. I never would have expected this at all.
The 39-year-old would spend the next 5 days in hospital. According to a Toronto area emergency room doctor, she's not alone.
The schools are acting like almost like gasoline on a fire right now. A lot of people we're seeing are coming in are parents of young children. And we think a lot of the spread is happening from children to their parents. And those are the ones, the 30s to 50-year-olds who are filling the ICU at the moment. I'm seeing 2 to 3 critically ill patients every shift.
It's only now that I'm even able to be awake and conscious enough to reflect a little bit on the fact that, I was in the hospital this week, and it's going to be a long haul.
We have a saying in Judaism that Kol Yisrael Arevim Ze Lazeh, which means that everyone is responsible one for the other. And so we really just have a responsibility to do as much as we can for each other. You never know how your actions are going to impact somebody else.
Adrian Ghobrial, City News.